how to start a general contracting business and make $405,000 a year. And this is with you not even having to pick up a hammer. Okay, there is a massive opportunity for general contracting in the residential space. And I'm not talking about building huge houses. I'm talking about just doing everyday remodels, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, roofing, siding, and doing room additions. And this is you being a general contractor, okay? So we're going to get into this in a second, but my name's Nate Jones. I run this channel. I make videos about entrepreneurship, how to start businesses, and which businesses you should start. So if you're interested in business and entrepreneurship, go over to my page, hit like on this video, and go over to my page and hit subscribe, okay? So much opportunity right now in the housing services, home services space, because a lot of people are stuck in their house because they're in a low interest rate. Because interest rates went up so quickly, a lot of people, usually they can carry their current equity in their house and move it into the next house, and their house payment stays the same even though they upgraded houses. That's not the case anymore. When you go from 2 to 8%, even if you carry equity and you go up $100,000, your house payment is going to be more. It is crazy. So a lot of people are stuck in their house, but they want to improve it. They have the money to improve it. So what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to remodel that house, the bathrooms, the kitchens, and potentially add room additions on. And if you are an organized person, you can take advantage of this and start a general contracting business. So how do general contractors get paid, right? And I'm talking about general contractors that don't really self-perform anything. They're other known as like paper contractors, okay? So what a general contractor does is they bid the job and they take the entire money, and what they do is they find subcontractors to do that work, okay? So let's say I want to redo my 5 bathrooms at my house or my kitchen or whatever, and I hire a general contractor to do it. He said, hey, it's going to be $30,000 to do it. I pay him $30,000, and what he normally does is he's going to take about 25 to 30% for himself for profit. So as long as he can subcontract out the other 70 to 75% at that cost, he's going to make money. So the biggest key in this business is knowing what your pricing is, knowing what subs can do for things, making sure that the subs show up. So the first thing we're going to get into on how to start this business is how much it's going to cost, okay? The nice thing about not self-performing anything, about being a paper contractor, is that you really don't have that many expenses. Your insurance is probably going to be around $5,000 a year based on the analysis of how much we're going to make in this business. I'll get to that in a second. But based on our revenue for this business, we're going to be about $5,000, maybe $7,000 a year. So I put $5,000 a year on that. I'll put legal fees for contracts because we're going to want an attorney to review our contracts with our subcontractors and our home clients. So that's going to be about $2,000 a year. Once you get those set in stone, you don't need to be with that attorney all the time. We're going to spend about $10,000 in marketing. The reason I put $10,000 in marketing is because I'm going to talk about this in a second. You need jobs. If you don't have jobs, you're not going to make any money. So getting your name out there and using marketing to do so, you're going to need to spend a little bit of money, okay? So our total cost for the year is going to be about $17,000. Okay, now let's get to what everybody's been waiting for. How much can we make in this business? Okay, we're doing smaller remodeling residential jobs, okay? So I basically put 3 types of jobs, okay? I put remodels, home extensions, and roofing, okay? So remodels could be a bathroom, could be a kitchen, it could be a room, right? It could be somebody's wanting to flip a house, so they're hiring a general contractor to do it. I don't know. But the average remodel, and this is probably a little low, but I wanted to be conservative with our numbers here, is about $20,000. So if we're making 25% profit, that means we paid subs for the other 75% to get the job done, and we make 25% profit, that's $5,000, okay? We're making $5,000 per job. And if we do 2 jobs a month, only 2 jobs, you would basically be supervising these jobs, making sure the sub shows up, making sure they do what they're supposed to, make sure that everything's going along as you would like it to for the home builder. 2 jobs a month puts us at $10,000 a year. So you're making $5,000 a job, you do 2 a month, that's $10,000 a month, okay? So and then we're going to go into home extension. If you're doing a home extension, that's going to be probably about $100,000, okay? Because that's really going to be tearing down a wall, basically building an additional kind of structure that's attached to the current structure. It's going to be $100,000, so you're making 25% on that. That's $25,000. You're going to do maybe one of those every 2 months. So on a monthly basis, you're only going to make $12,500 on that. But those are big jobs, and you may only get 5 or 6 of them a year because people don't do that very often. Okay, so $12,500 a month for the home extension. The roofing jobs, and roofing is a massive area in which you can get in because very straightforward on pricing, and if you're niche focused, usually you can do a little bit better than if you're very wide. But let's just say you're doing roofing as well. The average roofing job brings in about $15,000. 25% of that's $3,750 that you're taking home as a general contractor. You do 3 a month. I think you can get probably 3 a month if you're in a decent city area. That would put you at $11,250. Okay, so your total monthly is $33,750 a month that you're profiting off the jobs. Okay, so on an annual basis, that's where we get our $405,000. Okay, so really cool thing about this business is that you're not out there doing the work. You're paying subs to do the work. Okay, so the nice thing is you're not beating yourself up. You're going out there, you're supervising the job, and you're making sure that it gets done. And the nice thing is this is kind of scalable because you can hop on to different jobs and you can hire superintendents for yourself so that they can go out and look at jobs too. So you can really scale this business. I really like it. And I really like how that your time isn't connected to the money you make, right? You could do a home extension. It's going to be required for you to probably go out there a little bit more often, but you're making more money to do it. So I really like this business. Now, how can we cash flow this? Like I said, our original expenses were $17,000 a year. We take 405 minus 17,000, that puts us at 388,000 in profit. If we really kind of dial back how much we're going to make on each job, because it's kind of unknown. I mean, it's really good to try to go for 25,000, but random things come up all the time and things you may have not bidded the job very well. So I would say you could probably still make $250,000 to $300,000 in profit in this if we put in some wiggle room there. Okay, so what we need to do next, and this is really gets into the business side of it that you should really pay attention to on this video, is we need to think of all the ways in which this business won't be successful. Think of the ways it can fail. Think of all the things that could potentially go wrong and where you would want to just give up and not be in business, right? So the first thing is we don't get any jobs. That's why I said, hey, we need to have a budget about $10,000 for marketing. We need to get our name out there so when somebody's thinking about doing that home remodel, that roof, that they're calling us. Because when they call us and we're the first person out there and we provide a good bid, we want to be in the running. You know, if nobody knows of us, then we can't even get the call. We can't even get the bid out there. So we need jobs. We need jobs. We need bids. We need people who know who we are. So, you know, sponsoring local city little leagues, making sure your name's out there as far as maybe TV ads or billboards or local media, social media ads, running ads on Facebook when people are Googling, hey, I need a bathroom remodel. You know, making sure that you have a website that you've looked into SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, making sure that when somebody searches bathroom remodel in your area, that you're the company that pops up, okay? So making sure that you do those marketing things, because the most important thing in business at the beginning and really until you scale up to millions and millions of dollars in revenue is the sales. If you're not bringing in sales, doesn't matter how great of a business you have, you're not going to be in business, okay? The next thing is having bad subcontractors. As a general contractor, your reputation is everything. And if you have a bad reputation or a bad sub that really screws something up, it's going to cost you money. It's going to eat into your profitability. And also, you're going to get bad reviews, and people are going to talk about you in the community, and they're going to say, don't use that person. They're horrible at what they do. They did this, this, and this. So making sure that you have good subs. Before you start this business, I would really have meetings with subs, take them out to lunch, really ask other subs about those subs, really get to know who are the good people in the industry. And yes, they're not going to be the cheapest, and they're probably not going to be the most expensive. They're going to be right in the middle. Those are the ones that you really want to deal with. And yeah, you can make more money if you hire a crappy sub, but you're going to get crappy results and you're not going to stay in business very long. Okay, so making sure that you also, with those subs, that you know how to manage them, that you know how to push them when you need to push them, but also give them some space and really know how to communicate with them and showing up at those jobs, talking with them and having a relationship. Because when you have a relationship with your subs, you can be successful because communication is key. communication so you can get it, and then you can relay that to your client, the homeowner, to making sure that when things come up that are unexpected, that you can go ask them for more money, or you could potentially cut into your profitability. But you want to make sure the most important thing in this business is the subcontractor. So making sure that you have good subs is super important. The third thing is finishing jobs on time. If you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to be in your house remodeling your bathroom for about a week, for 5 days, and then we're good, right? And then you don't get it done for 2 to 3 weeks, that's going to make you look horrible. You got to do what you say that you do. When you say you're going to do something in business, you got to do it, because if you don't, that's going to get bad reviews on your business, and no one's going to really think you are able to finish the job because you always deliver, right? So making sure that you do what you say you're going to do. Hey, we're going to be here at this time. Hey, we're going to be gone by this time. Hey, what do you want when workers are in your house? Making sure that you respect the client, respect that homeowner in a professional manner to make sure that your business is great. So make sure you finish your jobs on time, provide a realistic timeline, and be honest with your clients. The fourth thing is staying organized. When you have different jobs going on at once, making sure that you're the most organized person. The most organized person in business usually wins. And what that means is, hey, we're going to make sure that where we're at on every single job, staying on top of subs, making sure that we're traveling around. We're not going to be lazy. So many business owners are lazy, and that leads to things overlooked, and it leads to things being screwed up. So you don't want to be a lazy general contractor. You want to be a contractor that knows of things that come up and be able to handle them in a quick manner so your clients are happy with what you've done. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, if this business, and you've done all these strategies and you've thought through this, what we're going to do is we're going to actually formally set up this business. What that means is we're going to create an LLC. It's very important that you create an LLC or a corporation. I would reach out to a local business attorney in your city or state, and so they know your city and state guidelines of how to set up an LLC. But you're going to set up an LLC, and this is the most basic definition, is that it is a legal separate entity from you, so that if something goes south in your business, it potentially could not go against your personal assets, right? It's the corporate veil that we don't want to pierce if something goes south, okay? So hit up somebody local for that. As far as insurance you definitely need in case of the unforeseen, the accident, and insurance basically covers costs that you do not have money set aside to retain yourself, right? Something goes south, it's a $200,000 claim. If you don't have 200 grand, that's why you have the insurance. Making sure that your subcontractors have insurance is also a great thing to do. And by doing that, you make them sign a subcontractor agreement that outlays the required insurance that they need. Also work with an attorney on this and have that subcontractor agreement, and making sure that you're requesting certificates of insurance from their current insurance company. When they provide their certificate of insurance, you can verify that they have insurance. So if they screw up, it's on them, not on you, okay? They're holding you harmless. Again, I would look up for a local attorney in your area who would really be able to help you make a solid and great subcontractor agreement for you. They would be happy to help you out, okay? Another thing, what we're going to do is we're going to commit to really trying to figure out everything about this business. And the biggest thing that's going to hold you up in this business is knowing what you're doing. And what that means is, hey, if you don't know how to price a bathroom remodel, if you don't know how to price a roofing job, the best thing to do is go out and shadow a contractor in your area. So many people think, oh, no one's going to help me. Or maybe you go a city down the road and say, hey, can I come just shadow you for a week? I live an hour and a half away in this city. I just want to shadow you to see how you do it. I'm looking at starting this business in my hometown. Is there any way I could just pay you? I could pay you and I'll be just learn about your business. So many people are so scared to ask people for help. Business owners want to help people. And if you're creative in which the way that you can get that help, I wouldn't necessarily go buy an online course. What I would do is I would say, hey, let me fly into this other city that I'm not going to be competition to this guy. I'll pay him and he can show me the ropes about everything. And then you go start that in your business. You need to have the expertise of how to price these jobs and then getting those subs together. This is, just because you're not born and raised in contracting and that you haven't roofed a house yourself doesn't mean that you need to go roof a house. You just need to know to be able to go look and see what you're looking at. And the best way to do that is get training from somebody who has done it and has done it for 20 to 30 years. So seek out those people. Maybe not in your hometown because people may not want to help you in your hometown. Some people do. Maybe the older people who are looking to get out of the business, maybe you can potentially work at buying their business. But you need to be creative in which you can get experience in this so that you're not coming up and getting taken advantage of. When you're not experienced and you don't know what you're doing in business, There's a lot of people out there that want to take advantage of you. I don't want to see you get taken advantage of, so make sure that you do that work and be creative with it. That's going to require you to get up and be creative and commit to starting this business. If you're committed to it, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to figure this out. Okay? So if you got value out of this video, hit like and subscribe. I'll be bringing content daily on how to start businesses, entrepreneurship, and maybe sprinkle in some inspirational videos. Okay? Thank you so much.